I would seriously, I would go into Tijuana, Mexico by myself. No one had any idea where I was. My family. If my mom is watching this and my dad, I'm sorry about what I put y'all through when I was in Mexico, because I'm sure y'all were just scared shitless for me.
What's going on, yo? What?
Whoa. Bring it back. You too excited.
What's going on, world? It's your boys from Built by the Red Stick, your favorite podcast, coming to you every Friday. Y'all do me a favor. Subscribe, like, share, follow, whatever it is. We on all socials.
Comment. Engagement. That's the word we're using.
Engagement.
Engage with us.
If you ain't proposed to your wife, propose to Built by the Red Stick.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, Lord. Engage with us.
Engage, man.
It's your boy, Ronnie LeDuff.
Come on.
Michael Oakley.
Yes, Lord.
Your favorite podcast. Quick word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back at it with a fire episode.
This episode is brought to you by Palmetto Addiction Recovery Center, your trusted care for professionals and the boards that support them. Palmetto offers therapeutic approach, therapeutic community models, emphasizing responsibility, structure, and peer support. They also have evidence-based modalities including CBT, EMDR, integrated care addressing addiction, mental health, and professional performance pressures, programming built specifically for licensed and safety-sensitive professionals. They also offer medical and psychiatric oversight, 24/7 on-site nursing and medical care with daily psychiatric support, medically monitored services, and residential treatment at the ASAM, that's ASAM 3.7 level of care. They also have trauma-informed medical and psychiatric care that prioritizes safety, stabilization, and patient trust. Full-time in-house team of addiction medicine physicians, psychiatric providers, nurses, and licensed therapists. Man, sign me up. Palmetto has been providing for the community for more than 30 years. Palmetto Addiction Recovery Center has been a leader in treating healthcare, legal, and other licensed professionals struggling with substance use and co-occurring mental health concerns. Our multidisciplinary team understands the unique pressures of professional life, the confidentiality required, and the accountability expectations of licensing and monitoring boards. Palmetto provide evidence-based treatment in a safe, discreet environment designed to restore both health and professional standing. But wait, there's more. Multidisciplinary team, coordinated care across medical, psychiatric, therapeutic, and professional recovery teams. Daily team communications to align goals and ensure continuity of care. Seamless integration of medical services, therapy, and professional-specific programming. Staff experience and unique needs of healthcare, legal, and safety-sensitive professionals. Clear, timely communication with referring boards, PHPs, EAPs, and employers when authorized. And for you people that messed up on the job, multidisciplinary evaluations including fitness for duty and return to work assessments. Structured progress reporting aligned with board and monitoring requirements. Comprehensive aftercare, monitoring, and family-inclusive planning for long-term recovery.
So if you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, give Palmetto a call at 318-728-2970, or you can find them at palmettoaddictionrecovery.com. Remember, it's progress, not perfection. And just like that, we're back. We are back.
We back.
We back.
Palmetto!
Shout
out Palmetto! The second Meet Your Sponsor series. We love y'all. You still got your cup?
You see the swag.
I had the shirt on last episode.
Yeah, I don't.
Dang. Why you ain't wear it this episode?
I don't.
See, Palmetto, keep giving me the merch. I'm going to wear it.
I got the Built by the Red Stick merch, though.
Yeah. But I've been getting attacked for these hoodies. Everybody want hoodies.
Yeah,
bro.
we're going to have to get some hoodies.
Like, hey, no, they don't deserve it.
They don't deserve it.
Engage. Run the likes up.
Run
the subscribers up.
Run them.
And then we'll think about doing a little hoodie run.
But look, If you're new to this world and you've been
Yeah.
living under a rock,
I don't know how.
man, you can follow us on TikTok.
Yes, Lord.
What's the name on TikTok?
Built by the Red Stick.
Man, you can follow us on Facebook. What's the name on Facebook?
Built by the Red Stick.
Man, you can follow us on Instagram. What's the name on Instagram?
Built by the Red Stick.
And you gotta subscribe. We talked about it last week. Can you imagine being in 2026 and not being subscribed to Built by the Red Stick?
Not at all, bro.
can't
That's like saying you never watched K-pop Demon Hunters.
I've never watched K-pop Demon Hunters.
You have?
I never watched K-pop Demon Hunters either.
I can't do this episode no more, man.
As always, we got a fire guest for y'all, man.
Palmetto's very own.
Palmetto's very own. We've had some great ones. We've got a couple great ones coming up. The whole month of January, brought to you by Palmetto Addiction Recovery, man. We're highlighting
They
what
say
they do over there.
progress, not perfection. Yes,
That's
Lord.
But as always, with the introduction,
I ain't doing it no more.
always
I'm mad.
with the introduction, I don't care what he says. I'm gonna force him to do it.
Nope.
I'm gonna hold him to the fire. The one, the only, Ronnie, LeDuff.
I don't draw the line somewhere. They not gonna continue to engage, like, subscribe. So if you want to see the infamous hype train, the best hype man on both sides of Mississippi
Both
River,
sides of them.
and you gotta subscribe and like.
Gotta
So
subscribe.
I'm going to cordially introduce Palmetto's very own. He just told me in the lobby before we started shooting, he is the best discharge planner that Palmetto has ever seen.
Paraphrase.
I am
Direct quote.
verbatim.
Direct
That is
quote.
a verbatim quote. He was a frequent flyer at Palmetto. He got a heart for what he's doing. He loved the recovery community. He's been around for a little minute, so he know what he's talking about. So I suggest that everybody grab your ears, grab your popcorn, and grab your Coke Zero, because we don't do sugary drinks no more. And let's welcome Chris to the Built by the Red Stick building. Show
Thank
him
you
some
guys.
love.
Well,
I'm glad to
Now,
be
it's
here.
not your fault that you don't get the hype, Ronnie, and get the best hype man in the world. We just beefing right now. I'm beefing with the with the subscribers.
Yes, Lord.
We're gonna get it back on track, though.
Welcome, man.
I appreciate you guys.
Yes.
So-
What's your last name?
Martin,
Welcome, Chris Martin, to the Built by the
like
Red Stick.
the Coldplay singer.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, what's that? What's the famous song they got? Oh,
And it was all yellow.
it's another one that TikTok got stuck in my
A
head.
lot of them.
Oh,
He's got a lot.
I mean, they've been around for a
It
long
it was a normal name, and then I turned 11, and Yellow came out, and then from then on, it was
Done.
all Coldplay.
isn't Chris Martin also the dude that
when his
played
addiction
Robin on
started.
Batman and Robin?
But
Didn't Chris Martin play Robin on Batman and Robin?
so one thing
That was Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell.
One thing the world will find out, the more you ask about pop culture, is I don't know.
I know, right?
I don't know. So before we get started, man, tell us viewers a little bit about you, who you are, where you're from, and what you do at Palmetto.
I'm originally from, I was born in Shreveport. I grew up in Bossier City. I've moved around a lot. I went to LSU for undergrad. I went to the University of Notre Dame for graduate school. I was an accountant.
Wait, you went to the Notre Dame?
Yeah, the Notre Dame for graduate school.
You know what that means? Smart.
No, that ain't what I heard.
I know.
Well,
I know it, but you be always putting people.
I was in my addiction in college, so
Wait, you went to the Fighting Irish?
I did for graduate school. I studied accounting. I was a CPA, and I mean, man, the lake effect is real.
Yes.
Yeah, there would be nights you'd wake up, and
When was that, if you don't mind me asking?
that was in 2012.
So that's recent.
So who we got playing football in 2012?
Brian
At
Kelly?
that time, Brian Kelly had
Yeah.
just got there.
Yep.
Okay.
And so you had the quarterback, the dude.
Brady Quinn?
Brady Quinn was a little before my time.
No, the one after this.
Oh,
Pat Book.
Mateo.
You had Manti Mateo?
Mateo was
Mateo. That was his senior year when I was there.
Was Pat Book the quarterback then?
Ian Book.
Ian Book. Well, I said
Ian
Pat
Book.
Was it Ian Book?
Probably one at a time. Either way, we've
Yeah,
digressed.
Yeah.
dude. I've never met nobody from Notre Dame.
Well,
He's not from
it's way harder to get into their undergrad. The graduate school is a little bit easier to get into. So
Dang,
Yeah.
bro. I'm like fanning.
So you got into accounting, which explains why you're a drug addict.
Yeah. When I was in school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. My dad was an accountant, and I knew that he did very well for himself. And I just kind of said, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that."
Yeah.
But I was on a lot of stimulants, which is part of the reason why I'm in recovery. But yeah, I did the whole accounting thing. I moved to California. I lived in San Diego for almost 4 years.
Come
I
on.
love San Diego.
Yeah.
That's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to.
It's gorgeous. I lived
Yeah.
in Mission Bay, right next to SeaWorld.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
It was a good time, and then I started going down to Tijuana, and that's when my drug addiction really skyrocketed.
We're
and
gonna have
that's-
some good stories.
You didn't live the rock
We-
star
we-
lifestyle, mate. Now, mate.
We're gonna have some good stories.
Whoa.
Damn. So, well, let's get right into it. So, when did you made reference to the amphetamines and how long? When's your sobriety date? If you don't,
It's January 26th of 24, so in 2 weeks.
up.
Coming up soon.
Man.
So when this episode airs, it'll be 10 days.
That's right.
It'll be in 10 days.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
bro. Happy too.
That's
Happy
awesome.
too.
Appreciate you.
So, what was childhood like? We'll start there.
Man, the early days were super happy. Like when I was in elementary school, I was just a happy kid running around, always outside. But like whenever I tell my story in AA, that there was some sort of psychic change whenever I was in middle school. I realize now that I've been in AA, it was a lot of fear and self-pity. I just kind of became very introverted, became to myself. I was scared of everyone, especially talking to girls. It was the scary thing. And then I started hanging out with this group that they'd smoke weed and drink, and that just became like my escape, my way to get out of that introvertness, But childhood, I mean, middle school and high school were just difficult times for me. I really kind of came out of my shell probably in the last 10 years or so when I started trying to get sober. I tried a lot of geographical cures. First it was Baton Rouge, and then it was Indiana, and then California, and then I lived in Texas for a little bit, but now I've kind of come back. Monroe is only about an hour and a half from where I grew up, so
Indiana.
yeah. Well, Notre Dame is in
Okay,
South Bend, yeah.
South Bend.
It was just for a year, but it was an interesting time in my life, that's
And
for sure.
Undergrad was at LSU.
LSU, yeah.
So you were there during 2011 season. That was your
Yeah,
senior year?
well, 2007, my freshman year, that was when we won the national
Added.
championship. And then Les Miles came in, and I was at the national championship, Jordan Jefferson, and
When y'all couldn't do nothing with Alabama.
yeah, it was
When y'all
it was
couldn't-
brutal.
You somebody got where y'all couldn't make it past half,
That's right. We couldn't get
50-yard
past the half-yard line. I mean, the
50-yard line.
50-yard
You
line only
remember
once
when,
that whole game.
Florida State went undefeated and still didn't make the playoffs.
You remember when Florida State beat LSU 2 years in a row?
No, don't remember it.
I don't remember that either.
Don't remember it. Oh,
Probably didn't happen.
so as you're going through life, obviously your college days were probably fun.
They were a blur, but they were fun,
When do you contribute like that line crossing from like, okay, I'm managing life to like full blown?
I don't think I ever really managed it that well. I mean, like on paper, it seemed like I was successful because I graduated LSU, and then I graduated Notre Dame, and then I was a CPA and worked at an accounting firm. But like inside, I was
Falling apart.
empty, broken. It was like I had this face that I would put on, and I would go to school and I'd go to work and I'd put a smile on, but inside I felt no sense of purpose. I felt no sense of happiness. And stimulants really were what caused me to go over the edge because I was taking them every single day, and I got used to this lifestyle of being high all the time. And it got to a point where I felt like I could not do anything without being high.
Yeah.
And that's a miserable place to be because it's always about maintaining. And then even when you're maintaining, you're worried about not having enough to be able to get through the times in the future. And then it's just this vicious cycle, you know?
His story, for some reason, I don't know why, I see Limitless, that Bradley Cooper movie, where he like take that pill and the numbers just jumping off the page at him.
He made a lot more money than I did
Yeah,
in that movie. Yeah.
That's such a good movie.
I'm going to watch it. I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
You ever watch the TV show?
I didn't know they had.
pulled
Wait,
off
what
of
was
it?
it called? Is it called Limitless?
Yeah. I've never seen
I
it.
don't like when they
I
turn
don't
movies
either.
into TV shows.
I don't either.
I hate that.
We've digressed again.
We told you before we do that.
Squirrel moment.
Squirrel.
So when did you when was your first attempt at getting sober?
In 2016, see, I had this kind of MO that happened over and over again. I would take off. I would just get in my car and drive off and go where no one could find me, because in my mind it was like all these people that loved and cared about me, they wanted me to get sober, and I was a grown man and I was going to do what I wanted to do, and no one could tell me nothing. And so like in 2016 I took off. I literally like drove around the United States. Like ended up in Chicago. I drove to Chicago after being in San Diego. I like went all the way up the Northwest coast and then into Utah and then Denver and then all the way to Chicago and then came all the way back. And then I called my parents and I got to get help. I got to do something. But they sent me to this rehab in Arizona that I still to this day feel kind of bad about the money that my dad spent for me to be there, because I had no intention of getting sober. I really did. I just thought that it was what I needed to do. I knew that my life was a mess, but I had no intention of changing.
Right. You drove 20,000 miles.
I drove a lot.
So hold on, just to get a grasp for me, from you taking off to returning and getting help, what was that time like? How long were you gone?
In that one round, it was about 2 months.
How did you survive?
I had credit cards, man. See, being an accountant, I had good credit, and I got all these great credit cards, and then there was this point where I was just like, screw it, and I just started swiping everywhere I went. And
so if you had to put into a figure for those 2 months, what would you say you spent for people like me?
About $20,000
in 2 months.
Yeah,
on stimulants.
Well,
that was the travel.
It was the travel, but
I'm talking about the stimulants, the drugs.
Now the drugs. See, the other part about that, I thought I was super smart, so I would go to these foreign exchange companies where you could swipe your credit card and get foreign currency. So I would buy Mexican pesos on my credit card, and then I would go and exchange the pesos for American dollars. And so I was basically using my credit card to buy drugs. I mean, I thought I was like Wolf of Wall Street, thought I was like but now I'm in the process of paying all this credit card debt off, step 9.
That'll catch you.
You better talk to my sponsor. He's big on me making amends.
Those financial amends.
Yeah.
So, what was the trip like to Arizona? And that's your first time
Yeah, it was my first time in rehab. I spent 45 days at a place called the Meadows. Okay. I'm not sure if you heard of it. It was my first introduction to recovery. I didn't get much out of it, mainly just because of my mindset. I just looked at it like I'm gonna finish these 45 days and then I'm gonna be cured, But I didn't put any effort into trying to change. I did absorb some information that ended up being helpful down the line, but as far as like my actions and my behavior, it didn't change whatsoever.
And so you get done with that, and what's life look like?
I relapsed within 2 weeks. I started going off again where no one could find me. I would go into Tijuana, Mexico by myself. No one had any idea where I was. My family. If my mom is watching this and my dad, I'm sorry about what I put y'all through when I was in Mexico, because I'm sure y'all were just scared shitless for me.
Damn.
But
Just disappeared.
I would just disappear.
Mexico.
They thought you was Jason Statham.
I didn't have the shaved head back then. I had hair.
Okay.
I had hair
But
back
you've
then.
heard that before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in rehab this last time, they called me Nathan Statham,
Yeah.
like his brother.
You look like him. Hey, do me a favor. Say, I'm a working man.
I'm a working man, eh?
All right, back on topic. We keep going drifting off.
But I went to Bossier Parish Max in 2017 because I broke into my dad's house and stole checks from him and forged them. And you know, they let me sit in jail, and it was the absolute best thing that they could have done for me. Because when I was in jail, I had no choice but to sit and just think about what I had done, all the mistakes that I had made, and also realizing that, like, if I keep this up, like, this is going to be my life.
Yeah.
I'm going to prison or dying.
Yeah.
And after 2.5 months, my dad gave me one last shot. He was like, "There's this place called Palmetto. It's 2 hours away. If you go, if you get kicked out, if you fail a drug test, if you take off any of that, then there'll be an arrest warrant put out for you, and you're going to go right back to jail." And at that moment, I had surrendered. I was like, "Please give me some help." And that was when my life really changed. Like, I work at Palmetto now, because it has a special place in my heart, because I really feel like my life, it changed completely. In those few months that I was there in 2017, I started looking at me. I started seeing how all my character defects, all of these problems I had in my life, they were of my own making. They weren't because of what other people had done to me.
Absolutely.
And so I love Palmetto. It's like hallowed grounds when you go there, because I just have no desire to use when I'm there.
Yeah.
And so 2017, you go. How long did you stay sober for after that period?
About a year. I had got a job in Fort Worth, kept trying to be an accountant. Then I relapsed, and I don't want to get too far into war stories, but I took off again, and then I ended up in Europe. I really did.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
My guy. Go.
I go hard. You see this tattoo on the side of my neck?
What'd that say, Carter?
It says Carter. Carter's was my alter ego. Whenever I get high, I'd become Carter.
I have never met nobody that got their alter ego tattooed. Oh, I lie. I do. I got mine tattooed on my chest, bro. I almost lied. I was Ronnie the Great when I was on ecstasy, and I got it tattooed.
Ronnie the Great?
Ronnie the Great.
Ronell.
I got it tattooed on my chest. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We twins.
Twinsies.
Did we just become best friends?
Maybe
Oh,
so.
my God. Europe.
Yeah. I went to the Netherlands in Amsterdam.
That's Europe, too?
Yeah. I got robbed when I was there, and I had the option of bailing out and going home, but, I was like, gave the middle finger and said, I'm going to figure it out. And I spent a month living on the streets, asking for money, sleeping behind dumpsters, sleeping in bus stations, in restrooms in different hotels.
In the Netherlands?
In the Netherlands, yeah.
They allow homelessness over there?
It's illegal to ask for money, so you had to be really. I had to be sneaky. Like, if I saw a cop, I had to drop my cup and walk away. But otherwise, I could stand there and ask people for money. And some days I'd make like 30 euros, and other days I'd make like 50 cents. So it was
30 euros, like $60 our money?
Well, at that time, it was probably about $35. But still, it was enough to eat and buy beer, and I would go and there was mushrooms in the head shops, and they sold marijuana at the coffee shops, and so half the time I thought I was living my best life, and then the other half, I'm waking
Have
up.
arrived.
The other half, I'm waking up, and it's raining, and I ended up getting arrested a couple of times while I was there, and it was.
What's a Netherlands jail like?
It's actually, well, everyone in the Netherlands that goes to jail is put in solitary confinement. They don't have a gen pop. Everyone goes in their own cell, and I spent 3 days basically in solitary confinement, and I was losing it.
I bet.
I was crawling up the walls, and then whenever I got out, they told me that if I got arrested one more time, that I could go to prison for 3 months for being an illegal immigrant, basically, because I had overstayed my visa. And Holly Rogers, who is my boss now, I talked to her on the phone at the consulate at the Netherlands, and my dad had coordinated with her, and they got me out, and I still have not left the country since I came back from that trip, because now I had this phobia about leaving America.
Yes.
Because when I was over there, I mean, we enjoy so many rights here as Americans. When you go to another country, it don't mean shit.
They
You know?
Oh, man. So,
Bro.
Yeah.
well, to kind of transition, and obviously 2017 Europe, a couple of times, or how many times did you go back and forth to Palmetto through?
4 times.
4 times. Okay. So what was kind of the catalyst that led you there this last time?
I had stayed sober for almost 4 years. I worked as a manager at a pizza restaurant in Rayville. I say manager.
Johnny's?
No, it was Fox's Pizza.
Foxes. That's okay. That was my next guess.
Yeah,
They got some good pizza.
I say manager. I started out as a cook, and then me and the owners got to be almost like family. And I got to the point where I was, counting the money and doing inventory and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, when I relapsed at the end of that 4-year period, I went for 28 days to Palmetto, and then I just had it in my mind. I truly believe that I could drink and not do any drugs
I've been there.
and control it.
Yep.
And I was going to prove to myself that these people were wrong, that I could control it. And I spent 6 months driving Uber in Dallas, living in these crappy hotels.
He be moving.
All the time.
So this little trip from Palmetto to here wasn't nothing for you.
Yeah, nothing.
That's
Bruh.
right down the street
Right
to
down
him.
the street.
But for 6 months straight, I was drinking every single night, and I cannot tell you the misery. I mean, it was just this constant, just Groundhog Day. Wake up, feel terrible, have to get up, drive around, try to make enough money to be able to not only pay for the hotel for the next night, but to pay for enough booze so I could get drunk and black out, and then the next day do it all over again.
For 6 months
For
straight.
6 months. And this last time before I got sober again, I mean, I was laying on the floor of a Motel 8 in Fort Worth, and I was seriously contemplating suicide. Like, I was planning it out in my head, like, how am I going to do this? And then it was just like I had this aha moment. I was like, I've been sober before. I know the answer. If I get sober, I can live, and ultimately I want to live. And then the next day, I called Tyler Wagaspack.
Oh, big Tyler, big Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman.
Aquaman.
I like it. Him and I work out in the gym sometimes together, but he got me a bed at Palmetto, and that was 2 years ago, and I haven't had a drink since.
Man, that is an impressive. And I'm sure you left a lot out due to time.
I did.
Bro, I can't even imagine. So we done been to Tijuana. We done been to San Diego. We done been to Denver, Utah, Chicago, Notre Dame, Europe,
Yeah,
Baton Rouge,
yeah,
Rayville,
Dallas.
yeah.
All
And
over.
there's
You know,
more,
they
but
did
yeah.
50 months for that type of stuff, huh?
They did what?
They gave Diddy 50 months in jail for that type of stuff.
So obviously you've qualified for your seat.
Definitely qualified. You can have mine.
I'm
man.
like a
Let's-
literal
let's
frequent
swap.
flyer. Yeah.
Wow.
So what do you contribute to that clique, right? You know, and before we get there, actually, because a unique perspective can be brought up that I don't think gets talked about a lot. 4 years is a long time,
Mhm.
right? That's a long time.
It's a super long time.
What do you think about like the humility, or were you present in AA those or recovery those when during those stints of sobriety?
Well, so that 4 years in the beginning, I was very present, and then I got very complacent. I stopped working a program. My sponsor and I only talked maybe once a month, maybe,
Yeah.
and I like devolved. I went from working a good program, being sober, to like not drinking and not working a good program, and I could feel it. I mean, that tension you get, where that anxiety, where like that a drink would relieve it.
Yep.
But I also knew that there would be a ton of consequences if I went back to drinking. So I just I white knuckled it for a while. And then one day it just, I just said, screw it.
Absolutely. What do you think about like the humility or the consciousness of like, okay, I internally feel like a failure, so therefore, and maybe you don't think this way, but like whenever I feel like a failure, I think everybody else thinks I'm a failure.
Yep.
And when I think everybody else thinks I'm a failure, that's when like the humility isn't there to find myself back into recovery. How hard was it to get over that, or did you deal with that at all?
Oh, I dealt with. I mean, self-hatred is real, and especially in alcoholism and drug addiction. It's just constant battle in your mind every day, and I had so much shame, and I would put myself down every single day, all the time, and it just fueled the fire, But that's the beauty about recovery, is you start engaging in activities that make you feel better about who you are as a human being, which thus eliminates the shame,
Absolutely.
which eliminates the need to take a drink.
Absolutely.
Um,
So that first, so how long have you been at Palmetto now, working?
I've been working there for about 1.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did that come to fruition?
Man, I was the janitor there for 3 weeks.
Hi.
I was driving Uber because when I got out, I told you I was driving Uber in Dallas. So like whenever I got out, I was driving Uber in Monroe, just trying to figure something out. I had all these applications in at like UPS and Amazon. And then one day my buddy who works at Palmetto said, "Hey man, the lady that was cleaning the floors, like she just quit. Do you want the job? It's only 20 hours a week, but you want it." And I dropped what I was doing and headed right over there. I did not care. It was like anything to get me in the door.
Same thing.
Yeah, and so for 3 weeks I was cleaning toilets and mopping floors, and I was totally fine with it. I really was.
Doing it, yeah.
I was. And then a tech position opened up because one of our techs got his CIT and became a counselor. And so then I became a tech, and I was a tech for 6 months. And then Big Stu, which, man, I owe him a lot.
Beef stew.
Beef Stu.
Big Stu, not the little one.
Not the little one. He went from discharge coordinator to business development, and I still thank God to this day that they picked me to take his place.
Absolutely.
It was just a blessing. This time around, I have truly taken step 3 every single day. I get on my knees and I pray to God to show me the way, and I really believe that God opened up that opportunity for me, because now I feel like I am living my best life, and it's purely because I stopped trying to do things my way. I started doing things the way that I believed God would have me do it. And Palmetto just continues to open the doors for me. So not only did they save my life as a patient, but now I get to go to work every day and enjoy what I do, interact with people who really know what it is to recover, what it is to be healthy and happy.
Absolutely.
And I feel truly blessed.
So you've been to Palmetto and then a place in Arizona.
I was at a place in Arizona once and then Palmetto 4 times.
Palmetto 4 times. So I know you don't have much to compare to, but what do you think it was you that was ready when you went to Palmetto, or what did Palmetto offer that like made it different than the time in Arizona?
Palmetto, they force you to look at your character defects, and some people look at it as, we're trying to tear people down, and that is not the case whatsoever. We're trying to make patients aware of the character defects that are causing them to engage in this behavior that is leading to drug addiction and alcoholism, and that is a painful process. You get people who are set in their ways for 30, 40, 50 years or however long they've been alive, and then you put them in a group therapy session and basically show them how they're glaring character defects that you need to fix, and the only person that can fix it is you, and you have to change in order to get better. And it's tough, man. And I remember, so confrontation was always the most difficult part for me. And when at Palmetto they would force me to engage in healthy confrontation, that was a big change in my life because I always avoided confrontation, but now I see how
literally the dude fucking ran.
Yeah, I would run.
Yeah.
And now it's like if there's an uncomfortable situation, I know how to approach it and deal with it in a healthy way. It may not always go exactly the way that I want it to, but I deal with it.
Absolutely.
And then I move on, and that's what Palmetto gave me.
Yeah, and this is normally, so it's intriguing to me. You made a couple of comments about like the peace and the happiness and the joy that you're experiencing in your life. And I think it's important to kind of highlight because so many times in our world it's status or financial or whatever it may be. But as some, CPA working in, I know there's, the top 4 accounting firms. I don't know if you worked for one of them.
I did Price Waterhouse Coopers.
So
Jeez.
I know that comes with a lot of financial success, right? And I also know that cleaning bathrooms at a treatment center and working as a tech and even getting to the point of discharge planner, it probably doesn't compare, but the happiness is tenfold. So speak on that a little bit.
Absolutely. I had this conversation with Big Stu on the way down here. No, I don't make nearly what I made as an accountant, but I can tell you that if you make a lot of money and truly hate what you do, then that money, it doesn't mean anything. In fact, it almost drove my drug addiction because I had more money to spend and more unhappiness that I felt like I had to compensate with.
Absolutely.
And now, like, I just look at it completely different. Like AA is all about gratitude, right? And, there are so many poor individuals around this world that don't even know where their next meal is coming from. And then, for me to say, oh, well, I make a third of what I used to make, I could sit in the problem and be like, they don't value me or yada, yada, yada. Or I can feel blessed being in the position that I'm at and still having plenty of resources to be able to get everything I need, which is, shelter, transportation, clothes, food, water, all of those things, and live a very comfortable life.
Absolutely.
And then it's like, what more do I really need?
Right.
Do I need a Ferrari?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
So, real quick before you go, if you was going to stay on topic?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll ask after you. So,
Go.
now that you done found yourself and your true inner happiness and you know who you are, do you think you could be an accountant again? or that's just something that it wasn't for you at all?
I think that there's a middle ground in there somewhere, because I definitely, since I've been in business school, I definitely have knowledge about how business works, and with rehabs, there's a business development, business aspect to it, and I think that there can be a middle ground where I could do kind of both, but I don't ever see myself.
Counting that Palmetto coming.
I was asking, you know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I haven't ruled it out. If I keep praying for God to open doors for me, and that's a door that opens, then I wouldn't mind going through it. But as far as me being a CPA back in public accounting, there's no chance of that ever happening.
Gotcha.
I did not enjoy what I did.
And Ronnie's heard me say this a lot when it correlates to the financial aspect of happiness and blah 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 blah. One of my favorite quotes is from Bob Marley, and he says, "Some people are so broke, all they have is money," and it's always just resonated so strongly with me. That aspect of, and I'm a big proponent of kind of, you touched on it a little bit, but like the balance of things, right? Like I don't always downplay the pursuit of more, right? Like I don't think that's a bad thing always. I think the pursuit of more grounded in the spiritual principles that, your higher power, your God, your program of spirituality, whatever it may be, religion, AA, whatever it is, if those things are enmeshed, I don't think there's a problem with it. But when your sole desire to feel happiness is a financial gain, I've seen it fail so many times.
Absolutely.
And it just normally doesn't translate well.
There's always someone that's got more money.
Absolutely.
And when does it end?
Yeah.
I mean, even someone at the top of the Forbes list like Elon Musk, I mean, could he ever in his mind feel like he has enough money? Probably not.
Yeah.
And if you base your sole reason for living and happiness on a number that's in your bank account, then I feel like because that number can never be high enough, that you will never achieve happiness that way.
I got a number I could achieve that'll make me so happy right now.
Well,
so
see,
Lord, if you're hearing this, I don't need Elon money. I just need enough money.
Well, I really feel like everyone feels that way, and then they hit that number, and they're like, maybe a little bit more could help too.
So, and I'm going to speak personally right now when I say that. And I don't want to get off topic and make it about money.
No,
but
I like the discussion.
Right. So I kind of disagree with that because, and I'm not going to say no names, but I've been offered double what I'm making now to go to certain facilities, and I've turned it down. And Mike will witness to that. He even might have called me stupid a couple times, but at the end of the day, he get it and understand. So, like, I think finding myself through this program and through this journey, like, I'm not greedy like I used to be.
But how is that disagreement to what he said?
Well, no, because he say they'll have a number and they'll always want more, and they always want more, always want more.
If you're a type of person who only finds their value and the peace,
I missed that part
from a monetary bank account.
I missed that part.
I was picking up what you were putting down anyway.
Yeah. You're over here trying to disagree and agree at the same time.
I feel so stupid right now.
No.
What you say? Ken called me. I gotta go.
Ronnie, do you have anything for me today?
I feel like there's an inside joke that I missed.
So every week since Palmetto is so prestige and just so honorable and so desirable. And by the way, this segment is brought to you by Palmetto Recovery Center. I'm to bring a word of the day every week and use it in a sentence. But he didn't give me an opportunity to do it. He just called me out. I mean, we still got time.
I know. I was just wondering.
I have it.
Okay.
You told me don't tell you last time.
You're good. You're good.
Right.
You're good.
My
So
bad.
the premise was we were in Stu's episode, Stuart's second episode, the start of the Palmetto series, and Ronnie used the word obtuse. to describe his figure, and we were like,
Like in Shawshank Redemption. Yeah.
Exactly.
and we were like, that word doesn't mean what you think.
How can you be so obtuse? Was it
thinking
deliberate?
I was thinking like round and like oval.
Yeah.
Oval.
Maybe you're thinking obscure.
No, just round.
Yeah.
It's an old word that means round. That's close to obtuse.
Yeah.
What he said?
I don't know, but anyway,
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Oh.
Yes, so I got it. Last week was lament.
lament. It was good job.
Yep.
So, I've known quite a few people that have, and I've met quite a few people that have worked at Palmetto. Doing this series has been awesome to meet. I knew Stu, but to meet Tyler, to meet you, has been a pleasure of ours. What is that value, right? So, like, we're talking about like values that things bring to us, right? What is the value of being surrounded by such great people that you work with?
I mean, it's invaluable. I can't explain how Palmetto has such a special place in my heart, because I know that if it weren't for Palmetto, I would either be dead or in prison. And Palmetto created another chance for me. And they made me look at all of the hard things that I didn't want to look at, the things that are necessary to look at. And, they have a good balance of compassion, but also they don't, make or allow you to feel sorry for yourself. It's like, yes, we can be compassionate that you feel this way, but like, if you want things to get better, you have to change it, and you have to make the decision to do it. And every day, getting up at 6:30 in the morning and going and working out and keeping on the schedule, and these are all very beneficial things that I use to this day. And so now that I'm working there, I feel a part of the special family that's there, like with Holly and Belinda. I really enjoy what I do, and I'm so thankful every single day that they allow me to be there.
And you see how he speaks so passionate about Palmetto. This is the problem that I have with certain facilities that don't understand the importance that they have or the impact they can have on people's lives. That's why it's very important on who you hire at these treatment facilities. I cannot stand a facility that's ran based on profit, even though we know you got to have that. But when you have that core group of employees that run your facility, starting with the tech, all the way up to the discharge planner, intake, you know what I mean? It makes a difference, right?
Absolutely.
And that in turn is going to make you profitable. You don't have to look at it like that. And so that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
We thought Palmetto was stuck up. I'm going to say that every episode. We did.
No, not we.
We did. No, we've had no.
I am here to say we are
being
not
facetious.
stuck up.
That's not the right word. That's not the right context.
Yeah, because you're joking around and you're not being serious right now. You're being facetious because we had this conversation. I did use it right. I got him, y'all.
I don't think that's the right
I
context.
did. You being facetious. You joking. You're not taking it
He
serious.
went to Notre Dame. Ask him.
How would you use facetious, and did I just use it right? Because he was joking, playing, and not being serious.
I use facetious as interchangeable with sarcastic.
He was being facetious.
But I wasn't.
We had this conversation.
This fucker.
I can roll my neck too. I can roll my neck with the best of them.
Hey, roll that thing, baby. All right, so as we get kind of close to the wrap up point, a couple more questions. What's next for you? What's kind of some goals? We entered into 2026. What are some things that you want to achieve in the future moving forward, whether it be professionally, personally, spiritually, and any of the above, or all the above?
As far as professionally, and I swear I'm not saying this just because we're talking about Palmetto, I have invested everything professionally into Palmetto. Whatever they want me to do is what I'm going to do.
Heck yeah.
I have never been happier than I have been working there, and every day that I go to work and grow and get better at that job, my life continues to get better. So professionally, I mean, that's an easy question. As far as spiritually, you know, I have sponsees now. We talk about step 3 a lot because step 3 for me was the step that I never really implemented to the fullest extent in my past attempts. I would always say the words and then I would move on to the next step. But now I try to think about it consciously and intentionally every day. What is it that God would have me do instead of what is it that I want to do? And I use that to guide me. And I've gotten to the point where I don't put expectations on my day or my week or my month because I feel like as long as each individual decision that I make goes parallel with what I believe God would have me do, then no matter where I end up, it's going to be where I need to be and where I want to be.
Amen.
And so that's why, I mean, spirituality in this program, it's just so important. I used to live only for myself, and now I look for opportunities to do things for other people, not for some sort of personal gain to feel good about myself, but to know that that's what God would have me do.
Absolutely, man.
Oh my God, I just drew a blank. What? Talk.
No, you drew a blank.
I know.
I want to help you find it. I think I know where you might have would have been going.
Oh, okay. I remember.
There you go.
I remember now.
That's telepathy.
Woo!
I had to put it in them.
My God.
ESP.
Pause.
Oh yeah. Whoa. That
Was that the word? Pause?
no. I told him I had to put it in him because his thoughts back in him, but it came out bad.
Whew. So as we kind of wrap up and get to the the end of this, if somebody resonates with your story, somebody is at that point where they've lost hope, maybe they're contemplating the ultimate sacrifice, maybe they're just miserable, what are some words of inspiration that you would leave them with?
First thing is you're not alone. There's an entire community of us out there. I feel like the fast-paced essence of the world that we live in nowadays, it's becoming more prevalent to feel lost and without a purpose. And I can tell you that if you come to a facility like Palmetto, we will teach you the way to live where you don't have to live every day just to try to maintain or to try to achieve that high. You can get that high naturally from just engaging with your fellow man and with God up above. But the main thing is just to know that you're not broken, you're not bad, you're not stupid. You are just an individual that has a spiritual sickness, which is one that many of us suffer from. And the way to get through that is to ask for help. And a place like Palmetto can give you the help that you need.
Absolutely.
And you heard it at the beginning of this episode, how you can find them. But in case they wasn't listening and they made it this far, what's the number to Palmetto?
Oh, you put him on.
Oh, he the discharge planner. So he catch me on
calling
the
out.
back end.
He
So he know my number.
Yeah.
He know my number. I got you.
I know the office number. I don't know the intake number.
Give him the office number.
318-728-2970.
You heard that? 318.
728-2970.
Just like that.
Unfortunately, though, we appreciate all of our loyal subscribers.
And future loyal ones.
And I know that y'all are as disappointed every Friday as Ronnie is when we get to this point.
Yeah.
But we've come to y'all's least favorite time of the episode. Ronnie, you're going to have to take us out. I know you don't like to.
I know,
you're going to
bro.
have to do it.
Sam Levitt to LSU, huh?
What?
Shout out the Lane Train.
Lane train coming
Ain't
through.
nobody care about that. Shut up.
Come on.
Oh,
Lane train. I like that.
you ain't never heard that before? You too smart to even know what common people say.
Trust me, I'm a common person.
Let's go, Tigers.
You're not that common, dude.
Purple and gold
What's
all
the
the way.
root of 69? The square root.
The square root? I don't think it's it's not a whole number, I don't
He
think.
said 8 something.
8 something.
Hey, man.
8
look at
something,
you.
yeah.
It's that man. As always, but we want to thank our guest, Mr. Chris Morton, from the bottom of our heart for coming and sitting down, having this intimate conversation with us, allowing us to, dig into your story and, you present that to our subscribers and listeners. It does not go unnoticed. A huge, huge special shout out for Palmetto Addiction Recovery Center for making this possible, for signing up for the Meet Your Sponsor series and allowing us to have this opportunity with y'all most prized possessions, with y'all employees. We appreciate y'all for the work that y'all do in the community. Y'all been doing it for over 30 years now. And for what we've been hearing, y'all one of the best at it. So we are forever grateful for Palmetto Addiction Recovery Center, located in Rayville, Louisiana. And to our people out there, if you or someone you know is struggling, like we always say, please, please, please reach out. We are real people with real issues that really want to help you find a solution. We are dedicated week in to week out, bringing y'all raw, fresh, real content, solution-driven.
Yes, Lord.
Pick up the phone. You can message me on Facebook, Ronnie LeDuff, Facebook. Michael Axelrod Oakley on Facebook. You can reach us at builtbytheredstick.com, builtbytheredstick@gmail.com, builtbytheredstick on all platforms. Reach out. You do not have to suffer in silence.
Nope.
We love y'all. We see y'all. We appreciate y'all. Allow us to love you until you can learn to love yourself. Until then, we'll be back at the same time, the same new place, with the same producer. Built by the Red Stick, built by adversity, led by courage.
We love y'all.
Built by the Red Stick. You can't